so much in running, and it just really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was underage when she consumed me. Anyone who'd have been older.
Embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, seeing a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like, this can't take nobody not saying nothing.
Rymir Carter has come forward with something truly shocking about how the Carters, and especially Beyoncé, have treated him. He says he has kept this secret for years, but now the truth may actually be stranger than anything we have ever talked about before.
I really didn't know who that was because I was young, and, you know, had my little brother, and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really, this was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father, and I just want you to know. And she continued to tell me that over the years and over the years and over the years, even till I was grown. He never tried to contact me at any time.
What's interesting is that after years of Rymir trying to get Jay-Z's attention through the media, Jay-Z finally seems to have responded. This happened after his alleged son filed a lawsuit against him. Jay-Z says he has been dealing with a man named Rymir Satterthwaite, who has claimed to be his secret son for over a decade.
That's all I'm asking is, like, 'cause I honestly really want the case to be over with. Like, I've been going through, just like I said, a lot, and as I said, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not trying to do this to make somebody seem like a bad person, a bad father. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth, and if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? Why you? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just want it over with. I work every day. I also have my own kids to take care of, so it's like, it's been a journey for me, and it's just like, you know, I just got so much on my name right now. I never ask for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, Jay-Z, give me your money, or I'm coming at the Jay-Z for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I work for everything. But next is, I'm just trying to basically make sure no other kids or nobody else in the world has to go through this. Basically, don't feel afraid to go to court and see if a person is your biological parents. You know, so many people are scared, and this is a big thing in the world. A lot of people don't have their fathers because they scared to go out and search for them. And sometimes it only take a little search, you know, go search. And if it's wrong, we're adults. Well, most of us adults, even for the teenagers, this being a role model for them, showing you can go in the courtroom, and if you're doing everything correctly, you should be able to just get treated as equal as the other person. I've always been a person that I never hate anyone. I never, you know, I don't walk around with hate for a person. So I try to teach my kids that just be the best that you can be. So that's just a motto I go off. I would never hate Jay-Z, you know, it was never that type thing. You know, I respect him for everything he did. And as I said, I've been going through a whole lot through these years because this case, like me and my mom, my godmom, we didn't seen the worst. We didn't have people, you know, slander my name like you want Jay-Z money. I hear it all. I don't want to fight until I'm not here no more, and it's never going to be against no one. Like, you know, I'm going to continue to fight. It'll take another 10 years, maybe another 50. Maybe I'll take this to the grave with me, but everybody can say I fought this.
According to US Weekly, Jay-Z's legal team recently asked a federal court to dismiss Rymir's new lawsuit. They argue the claims are not new and have already been rejected many times. Back in 2022, Rymir was hit with a court order that blocked him from filing more lawsuits on this matter without special permission. Jay-Z's lawyers say it is because he kept filing frivolous lawsuits that the court did not see as serious or valid. But is that really the truth? We all know Jay-Z is alleged to have had many affairs, so it also makes sense that he might have children out there who have never been acknowledged. For example, one name rarely mentioned is Carmen Bryant. Her affair and pregnancy with Jay-Z's child went mostly under the radar. She claims she ended the pregnancy, but many people believe she actually kept Jay-Z's child even though he did not want to be involved.
So you're friends with Jay-Z, and then at one point it turns romantic.
After a year.
After a year.
After about a year and some change, you know, as things change. Yeah.
And this was Jay-Z during which album? I mean, Reasonable Doubt was already out.
This was, okay, Reasonable, I met Jay-Z right after he dropped Reasonable Doubt.
Right.
Reasonable Doubt was out like a minute because I remember like, oh, what's this? Who's this? Oh, I like this song. And then I met him through a friend at a party. And the next day, Nas and I got into like some big fight, and he pissed me off. And so I just said, oh, let me call Jay-Z. I know him.
Okay. Now, Jay-Z's first single sampled Nas on the hook, Dead Presidents.
Yes.
So there's already this interesting connection between Jay-Z and Nas from the jump.
Right. But you know how I looked at that? I looked at, oh, that's the producer who sampled it. I didn't look at it. I didn't honestly see the correlation in the very beginning. Like, I didn't even think twice, like, oh, well, these two might.
Okay. But Jay-Z knew that you had a daughter with Nas.
Yes, he did. He was aware of that.
He was aware of that. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you guys are messing around. You and Nas are getting into problems, are having problems with your relationship.
Yes.
At what point does Takeover come out?
Takeover came out, I had already left Nas.
Okay.
I had already broken up with him. I shipped all of my things to LA. I moved, I packed Desi and I up. We were already out. So when that came about, Nas and I were not together. We were not in a relationship. We were still going back and forth like couples do who immediately break up. We were still seeing each other. It wasn't like the relationship was, completely null and void. That's difficult. You know what I mean? It takes a little bit of time to get over someone you've been in a relationship with for a decade. So I'm not gonna say we weren't still intimate and seeing each other, but we weren't living together and we were not in a relationship. Takeover came when, Takeover actually is a product of Jay-Z just being emotional.
Jay-Z, who is now 55, said that Rhyme and his caretaker have been harassing him for years. He explained that the claims in the latest lawsuit have already been addressed and rejected in multiple courts again and again. Jay-Z also said that he was dragged into court by Rymer's late mother, and his caretaker based on the false claim that Rymer is his biological son.
The firstborn son. You and Sir have the same ears, same nose, but we don't see Sir.
Yeah, I know that's crazy. That's why.
I was just trying to figure out how he got two daughters at a football game. Where's your son? You gotta understand that pisses people off. Like you have rights. Like
I don't understand. Like most people want to know, but I guess just like you say, he's so big and into their brand, and I'm not putting nothing on nobody. But I wouldn't know what he thinking. But I would know if this would be something I want to get out the way. I want.
His legal team also pointed out that years ago a court had already ruled that someone else was Rymer's father, and that man was ordered to pay child support. They added that back in 2010, a judge told Rymer's mother she could not wait so long to suddenly claim Jay-Z was the father after she had already identified another man back in 1994. In this new filing, Jay-Z's lawyer says Rymer is now trying to argue that all those past rulings were wrong and that Jay-Z should be found guilty of fraud and other claims. Jay-Z's team believes this latest lawsuit is only an attempt to get around the 2022 court order that prevents Rymer from filing more cases without permission. This is also where Beyoncé comes in, because many believe she does not want the truth about how she has treated Rymer and even her own children to come out through a full investigation.
Have Beyoncé nothing. She's light-skinned. I always thought it was kind of weird how she did resemble Jay-Z to a certain extent. But no, that girl is starting to look like Kathy. The eyes, the cheekbones, the jawline, the speltness of her thin figure, her shoulders. Like when she wore that dress with the Grammys, when he set Kelly Mike up to be inconvenienced for winning. That white thing that she wore with those boots. The way she walked up. The way she sashayed, and it was off the shoulder, like Kathy used to wear off. They God have mercy on their souls if they took that woman's child And God have mercy on their souls if they done that. And for her, and it's my blood now.
We also know that Beyoncé has been accused of having a history of eliminating her competition for Jay-Z. And according to Jaguar Wright, she did this together with a convicted criminal, Diddy.
Last question. I asked you to do this earlier, but I just want you to do it even more, go detailed. What do you predict will happen next in the future? You know, it's like you see it before it happens.
Kathy White's true killer is going to be unveiled. And it's not a man. And that woman died screaming.
Anything else?
Yeah. Show him the tape, Diddy. You got it.
Oh, man,
That might buy you a little time. You should probably stop looking for plastic surgeons.
man.
Looking for a new life, new face. We gonna hang you high. Jay-Z too. Beyonce too. And we gonna round up all the Cause see, I love a good gay man. I just can't stand him. And that's what it is.
With that being
You wanna know what's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
I'm about to f up America.
Oh,
That's what's about to happen next.
here we go.
No more filter. From this point forward, any word that I say, I ain't holding back. And I ain't saying alleged either. Y'all said I was lying the first time. Now it turns out I'm telling the truth. You still don't want to admit that I was right, but you don't want to admit that you was wrong. So really, then the diplomacy doesn't matter. F you. I'ma just keep ruining your lives with the truth.
And here we...
You know who also died under mysterious circumstances? A few years ago, it was Rymer's mother. That 2022 injunction came after Rymer's family sued one of Jay-Z's lawyers. The order clearly stated that Rimmer and his caretaker are not allowed to file any new lawsuits on this matter in New Jersey without the court's approval. Jay-Z's team also mentioned that Rymer has already tried twice to challenge the order and failed both times. Now Jay-Z's lawyers are asking the court to throw out the case completely and force Rhyme to pay their legal fees. When US Weekly reached out to Ree, he said, "This injunction order I am not aware of and have never been served." He also claimed that all the court orders in New Jersey are currently being appealed, and said they were based on fraud to block due process, which exposed Jay-Z's alleged perjury. As for the claim that Rymer's mother once named another man as his father, Rymer responded that his mother was a minor when she was pregnant, and he still believes Jay-Z is his real father. This would not be the first time Jay-Z has been accused of being involved with a minor, with long-standing rumors of an affair with 15-year-old Foxy Brown.
Yeah. When Jay said the line in Picasso Baby, yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music, and we know how this business works. We sit back and we laugh at those rumors. We laugh at that. I think he began to feel the pressure because people were saying my age, the age thing. She was 15, 14. She was 15, 14. And after a while, that gets to a person. The Jay I know, the Sean I know.
Actually exactly what Jay-Z's accuser is saying, that even though she dropped the lawsuit, she still stands by what she says, and she only dropped it because of harassment and the fact that she's terrified of Jay-Z. She says that Jay-Z is allegedly bullying her into saying that her accusations were false. In fact, in new legal documents, she is claiming that she was recently approached outside of her home and cornered by two people who told her they were investigators working for one of Jay-Z's lawyers. She claims they tried to get her to sign an affidavit stating that her claims against Jay-Z were false, but she refused. Jane Doe also claims the alleged investigators asked her if her attorney, Tony Busby, sought her out as a client and offered her money to pursue false claims against Jay-Z, 2 allegations she says she denied. He says this alleged confrontation left her intimidated and terrified, wondering how they found her when her identity had remained anonymous in media reports and legal proceedings. He also claims that her parents were approached by 2 investigators asking similar questions about Busby and her R story. In the new documents, she reveals she decided to drop the claim because she was frightened by the reaction from Jay-Z and his supporters. She says she feared she would be publicly outed and subjected to public attack.